Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Dusty Futon Musicians Podcast. The Dusty Futon LLC is a company focused on giving local and independent musicians a voice, connecting them with experienced professionals, giving them a platform to share their story, and playing a few of their songs helps them grow as an artist. It's a win-win for the fan, the artist, and the local music scene. Please make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or nearly any other podcast provider to help get the word out. We never have commercials or sponsors on the Dusty Futon, so the artists never get filtered. It's all about the music, and we want to keep it that way. So please consider helping us grow by contributing on our Patreon page, patreon.com/thedustyfuton, and you'll get access to bonus content and other extras for behind the scenes. Punk band Bitter Kiddos call themselves the Garage Surf Trio. And listening to their music, you can see where that name comes from. It's really a brilliant name if you ask me. These youngsters get a ton of advice from Dirty Disciple and Corey during this episode. We talk about their lo-fi style of recording in the band's latest album, self-titled Bitter Kiddos, and we hear stories behind the 3 songs that we play. Enjoy the story and the music of Bitter Kiddos. Let's go ahead and get this started. I've got nothing on these guys. Did you read the bio?
I don't think I ever got the bio.
Oh, I forwarded everything over. Well, we're going to have fun on this episode then. We've got Bitter Kiddos. How you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Doing all right.
They're bitter.
Yeah, you seem very lively.
As always.
Slightly sarcastic. So now you guys are a punk band based out of
Santee.
Santee.
Yeah.
I was about to say you're right down the street from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. If I don't make eye contact, I'm doing like 5 things at once. So
And I'm not going to either.
yeah,
And that's just because I'm rude.
he's very
It has
rude.
nothing to do with the fact that I can't see you. It's just because I'm an asshole.
He is. By the way, you're sitting in ears only audio studio, recording studio, and you're talking to not me. This gentleman, Corey Wilkins, is the owner and engineer of the studio, and he is a 100% from birth blind guy.
What? You got to break the news to me now?
Unbelievable.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you.
While we're live on YouTube and everything?
Well, you know, it's like when you let your kids know that they're bitter from the get-go.
Yeah.
So, and we have them again. We have let's circle right around back to that. Let's go through and get the names of these guys because again, I don't have your bio, so I have no clue who the hell you are.
I'm the singer and writer and guitarist Ryan.
Ryan. All right.
I am the drummer, Nathan.
Nathan.
Bass Noah.
Bass Noah. Now Noah's the
Yes.
one I've been contacting and working with.
Indeed.
So do you prefer if we just call you Bass Noah or?
You know, whatever works. You can go with bass,
All right.
you know, alone.
You guys are pretty young.
A little bit.
Okay. What are any of you still in your teens, like unable to drink legally?
We're not in our teens, no.
Can you all 3 drink?
No.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
Raise your hand if you're able to drink. Are you serious? You're all 20?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, that's crazy. So when did you guys form this band, Bitter Kiddos?
Well, this is Ryan now.
You don't have to do that every time.
I know. They know my voice now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good here.
Cool. Yeah, in 2015, when I was in high school and stuff, that'll give you another guess at my age there. But
Well, I already know it's 20.
right.
So I'm guessing that was 17.
So at the ripe old age of 17.
Something like that. Yep.
Okay.
I just started recording some music in my room as a joke, kind of, and people liked it, and some of my lyrics started to get more personal, and I just took it a little more seriously, and after struggling with finding people that were super down to like turn it into a business,
yeah.
I finally got back in touch with Noah, who I'd known from another band, and we made it work better than the other guys, you know.
Yeah.
But I love them, and they got me where I am. You know, I can't forget all the people that helped me. But
That's one of the hardest things I feel like about trying to get a band together is to get a group of people that are all sort of rowing in the same direction. You know, and you have the guy in the band who's just doing it for fun on the weekends. And you have the guy in the band who wants to do it just so he can pick up chicks. And you have the guy who wants to be a rock star. And you have it just never works like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's got to want the same thing at the end of the day.
And it's almost hard being serious, especially when we were a bit younger. It's still difficult now because at first it's like you got to find somewhere to practice all the time. You can't afford a space, and not everybody always has transportation. Just everything is a little difficult. It's starting to smooth out now, but
there's always those humps, regardless of where you're at in life or in band and spectrum of being a rock star. There's always these different humps, and how people deal with it is what makes it difficult. Because if you're in a group of or if you have like a really good buddy that you've been jamming with and playing with and building this off of, and then all of a sudden you get to that hump and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to climb over it. And he's like, well, I'm not quite ready to climb over that hump yet. So
Totally.
And then it fucking sucks because it's an awkward moment.
yeah, definitely really awkward.
And then you lose a band member and you got to go find a new bass player, and not everybody knows bass Noah. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And
Exactly.
then you got to deal with if that person still wants to be your friend.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
the
that
awkward part of it. It's like you got to play
Yeah.
these songs, and we recently had a band on the Dusty Futon, and the way he handled that, and this guy's been doing it for well over a decade, and the way he handled that is whenever he broke off with a partner of any sort, somebody from the band, it was he just got rid of the songs that he wrote with that band member. Like any song that he wrote with them, he just trashed it, removed it from their set list. That way it was kind of removed some of that awkward feeling, kind of a no hard feelings type thing. So, well, anyway, we've talked a lot about you already, and I think we want to hear some music. All right, so let's, you sent me 3 songs. Mine, Honestly, Gas Station Ghost. So, and now these are punk songs. You guys are punk artists, so these are typically, really short songs, and most of them are 2 minutes, which by most I mean 2, because by most I mean 2 out of 3,
Or
no matter what.
hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Exactly. So, let's have fun with this. I want to play Gas Station Ghost.
okay.
All right. So this is Gas Station. Oh, wait, is this off of an album, or is this still a working
It's
project?
from our latest EP, self-titled. That whole EP is 5 songs and it's about 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah, just released it a couple months back.
Oh, where do you have it for sale?
It's not for sale anywhere, I think, other than Amazon, but it's on
It's everywhere.
Oh yeah, iTunes, Spotify.
You can buy on iTunes.
Yeah.
So it's
Google
for sale.
Google
there
Play.
you go, I guess.
Yeah, it's on Google.
If it
Play
is, we
too.
haven't seen anything from it.
Well,
No, the
yeah.
confusion comes up with Apple Music and
Yeah.
iTunes.
Oh, yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
streaming
But
and-
you should get paid by either of them, especially
Yeah.
if you've got it registered anywhere.
Yeah, so if you sell it on iTunes, you get paid this much, and if you stream it on Apple Music, you get paid this much.
And that's of a pie that fits this whole room and is cubed.
That's right.
So, all right, well, let's check out this first little 2-minute ditty called Gas Station Ghost by Bitter Kiddos off their self-titled E EP.
Well, I ain't got a buck for a soda pop, I don't know. Part-time grinds to pay for my phone, oh no. Well, I've been stuck in a rut of wasting my time, smoking cigarettes under the street light. Baby, you're a waning strawberry moon, but I've never been so close. Gas station goes. Gas station goes. Black and white, all the colors that I wish were true. A whole world in my feet, but I just want you. So make me broken, make me a creep. My heart and my jacket are yours to keep. These are the thoughts that keep me awake. My heart is yours to break. Gas station. Gas station goes.
So you guys call yourself
The Bitter Kiddos.
well, no, not the band.
Oh.
No, you guys call you. I just finally opened this shit up. So you guys call yourself a garage surf trio. So explain how you came up with that title, that kind of genre-esque title.
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna tell you first. It fits, but I want to know how the fuck you came up with it.
okay, yeah. Well, basically, there's just genres are like these big umbrellas, and garage and surf were both things that I had a lot of influence from, and so I took a lot of my garage influence, which I mean I would attribute maybe like Fiddler and lots of like Orange County bands and some LA bands and stuff, like Cherry Glazer, like lots of stuff like that, and then like Dick Dale and like the Beach Boys and stuff.
Yeah.
And so garage surf is what fit really, because it's like surfy kind of stuff, and it's kind of bluesy or whatever, but it's also
Punk rock.
badly produced and angry.
Well, I wouldn't say it's badly produced. What would you say, Corey?
Production is one of those things where if you really polish this record to like a pop music standard,
It wouldn't.
then
be
it's
right.
badly produced. The way it is, it's fantastic. It's
Yeah,
fun. I'm tapping
yeah.
my foot over here.
Yeah.
Lo-fi, I think.
Yeah,
it would be the
that's
word.
much
Not
better, yeah,
not
it's-
bad produced. But
Yeah.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
very
definitely-
lo-fi, very organic.
You definitely want to use lo-fi over overly
Yeah.
produced, because honestly, it sounded great. Like that was one of the things. A lot of like it is punk rock, obviously at its core. You guys are punk rockers of sorts, and especially with the short songs, freaking 10-minute EP of 5 songs. That's great. I love it. But you guys have a clear, dirty sound. It's like your vocals are still removed. They're still echoey and distant, but it's still clear and audible. It's like easier to hear. It's like, I think it's well produced, so I'm done blowing smoke up your ass.
Thank you. Yeah, that was all at my house with Nathan doing pretty much all the recording. He just had like a pair of SM58s.
That's why the drums are so loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it came out pretty well. Recorded in like 3 different rooms in my house.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I would just say that we're garage surf because we're not garage enough to just be garage, and we're not surfy enough to just be surf music. So I
Well
feel like
put.
we're
Yeah.
right in the middle there.
I think you guys are speaking my language. So anyway, what's your history? And Ryan, you said you're the songwriter, so you're kind of the bones holding the band together in terms of providing the music. Where do you get your skill set for writing from? Like, how long have you been writing?
Shoot.
What
well,
the fuck is up with this chord? Sorry,
I was watching all of it.
Yeah, that was horrible.
see, the first time I wrote a song with words and like chords and the whole thing, I could play it every time the same way, was I think freshman year of high school, and it was just some folk song about nothing in particular, just trying to be philosophical and edgy, I guess. And so being philosophical and edgy has gotten me pretty far.
Yeah, it'll do that. It'll definitely do that.
But no, in all seriousness though, I think that when I write, it's out of necessity, and I think they always say genius breeds necessity, and I really needed to get a lot of this stuff out.
Necessity breeds genius.
That's what they say.
Yeah, no, I get your point. It's the same thing. It's like laziness is laziness breeds invention, because nothing good was invented to make you less lazy.
Right.
It is always, everything's invented to make you lazier. I mean, who the hell invented the claw? The thing to grip. It wasn't somebody who was disabled who all of a sudden went, oh yeah, no, it was somebody who goes, oh, disabled people could use a claw, and then built one, and then patented it, and then made millions of dollars off of something I thought of many years ago. But anyway,
You should have been quicker to the patent office, John.
I was 12.
I had the idea for zip up earbuds, and then I saw them in stores, and that crushed my little heart.
Oh,
Zip up earbuds.
Yeah,
Explain
I
that.
thought it would be cool. Just earbuds, and the part where they split into a Y would zip up all the way so that there's one less.
so there's
variable.
not cables dangling all over.
Right, yeah, because it's those three distinct separate
The Y.
cables that will.
It's basically a
ultimately-
Y because it splits
Right.
left and right off of the stereo plug.
Absolutely. So if you zip that up, there's a little bit less tanglage, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, who hasn't tried to pull their earbuds out of the pocket and been like, the fuck?
It's so maddening. It almost makes you want to keep that plastic insert that comes with the iPhone that has the headphones in it.
That's it.
You know, so you can just take the 5 minutes and plug them back in and wrap it back around to realize, oh shit, I have 10 more minutes to spare.
Exactly.
Do I want to spend it unraveling and re-raveling the headphones or what? Anyway, Noah, you're a bass player. Have you been a bass player your whole life?
Well, I got a guitar a long time ago. I don't even remember how old I was. I think in like 8th grade, so like 2012 or something like that. I got a guitar, I played it a bit, and then eventually one of my friends wanted to start a band, and it's the way it usually goes. So
Yeah,
he's
I
a
was
better
just- I was just
he's a
about
better
to say.
guitar player than me.
It's like, yeah, I need you to play bass. to learn
So
this.
I grabbed bass, and then I got into bands like Rush and a lot of stuff like that made me
Geddy Lee fan.
more. So instead of being mediocre, I went to okay. So now I'm an okay bass player.
Do you know how to read Roman numerals?
To a point.
2112 is what's Roman numeraled on my arm. If that makes any
Oh yeah.
recommend.
Yeah, I
that-
saw the Rush sticker. I've been looking at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My girlfriend gave me that, and I'm like, I know exactly where to put it.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So you've been just progressing as it. Do you like it over?
Yeah.
other
No,
stuff?
I love bass. I mean, I even bought a little bit ago. I bought an acoustic bass because I got into like the Violent Femmes and stuff. So yeah, I like bass. I wish I knew more theory and stuff, but
Well, you're young enough. You can go to college. You go to college and get a class done in a course in music. When we've got Dirty Disciple finally joining us.
Hey, Dirty, what's up? Nice of you to be here.
In his defense, Ramona is out of power. And
I heard
they
that.
shut the power down in Ramona. It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw Jim Soldy posted that on Facebook. I saw it like about an hour and a half ago that Ramona had no power.
Yeah. When they shut that down?
This morning.
Jesus.
For
I drove
what?
through.
Just because the winds are so bad.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fire.
Let me turn you up.
Yeah, my neighbor said someone got blown off their bike on the highway.
Oh my
The wind, I
god.
guess they.
I was out there earlier today. The winds were pretty
Yeah.
heavy.
I was coming back from the desert, so
Check.
there we go.
Oh man, going to the desert yesterday was bad. We were out there and the car was just getting battered the whole way.
Yeah, we were
Going out there.
in the desert just kind of hanging out, having a good old time. It was a lot of fun. So Dirty, welcome to the conversation.
Thanks.
We're talking to the Bitter Kiddos about garage surf trio music.
That's what they call themselves, and we've already played one of their songs.
Right on.
And started a little bit of history lesson on Noah and Ryan, which Ryan is the lead writer.
Ryan's the one with Jeff on his jacket.
I always ignore those when young people come up to me because I know it's like cool to wear a shirt that doesn't even have your name.
Yeah, this one has a little bit of a story though. It is my ex-girlfriend's dad's shirt
Oh,
jacket.
so-
I mean,
So you're a sweetheart.
You didn't have to give it back?
no. I dumped her, and she said that I reminded her of her dad, so I wear it.
That is amazing.
Wow, that is like a cold-blooded, cold-hearted story. I went from thinking you're a sweetheart to realizing you're a bad boy.
Bitter.
You're bitter, kiddo.
That's funny.
Call me daddy.
No.
I wasn't saying to you.
Okay.
Jeez.
Good.
Do you have another girlfriend yet?
No comment.
Which one?
I don't want to break any hearts.
He's a rock star.
Do they know about the jacket?
Yeah. It's a funny story. I like to bring it up.
There you go. It's like this is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing 20-year-old stuff, I guess. But
Give me your dad's jacket. Second date.
And when you're older, you're going to have a closet full of ex-girlfriends' dad's jackets.
yeah, well,
Wear them on stage when you perform.
you know, I need lots of jackets because when I'm single, I lose them. Because in that song, I have a line, make
My heart in your jacket.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my heart in my jacket are yours to keep. I've
Wow, someone was listening.
lost a lot of jackets.
Well, you got to hold on to those. So, like, you can wear them on stage, and you can be like, I broke up with this guy's daughter 3 months ago. Now I'm wearing his jacket.
Those jackets can make you some money.
Yeah.
You know,
By the time you get known, it's like, oh, I got the Jeff jacket for sale for let's do this auction.
See, I try to treat everything I do like someday it'll mean something a lot more. Like I saved my first ticket that ever had Bitter Kiddos on it. Obviously, I'm going to save the first shirt we're ever on.
They
things
have
like
a
that.
term for that in the DSM-5.
It's called Delusions of Grandeur, isn't it?
No, it's called narcissism.
Oh,
Don't worry, I did it too.
Yeah, me too. But that's irrelevant. I think every musician has to have a little
Okay.
bit of narcissism.
Oh,
I
you'll
was gonna say,
never.
a little bit redundant.
you'll
Narcissistic
never make
musician,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You have to if you're not narcissistic about your playing in any way, shape, or form, no fucking band will want you. If you're
No
passive, you're a studio musician. That's it. That's the best you can hope for.
That's a super competitive
Yeah.
industry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's the best you can hope for. So anyway,
It's entertainment business.
Well said.
yeah.
I'm good at observation, not good at talking apparently.
Do you guys have like stage personas and real life personas?
I don't think we're at that point yet, but
Are you trying to develop that or just kind of go with what happens?
I yell more on stage than normally, but other than that, I'm still kind of like awkward and kind of quiet.
Is that because you're more excited?
Yeah.
I gotta go to one of y'all's shows because you speak really softly, so I'd love to hear you yell.
Speak softly
Oh, yeah.
and carry a big stick.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. Yep. Yep. We're playing the art conference and we'll see you there. I think on the day that you'll be you're speaking on the 17th. And
Yeah.
we're playing on the 17th as well, right?
yeah, we're playing on Saturday.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm playing on Friday and speaking on Saturday, so I'll probably see you
Okay.
guys. That'll be cool.
Cool.
Yeah, come hear us, man.
I will.
I have no idea where that is, and unfortunately, it probably can't be.
salty frog.
Yeah, right off
in
9th
Imperial Beach,
or 10th
right on Palm.
or 11th.
Okay.
One of those.
All
That was
weekend.
so confusing.
Yeah.
Careful.
So-
Don't get followed when you drive home from there.
I know, right?
Well, he's not going to get there. We were too confusing.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
I'm checked out. I checked out like 10 minutes ago. I'm so glad Dirty showed up. No, okay, so now we found you guys on Reverb Nation, right? Are you on Reverb Nation?
No.
Okay, where did we find?
I think-
Awkward.
I think I emailed you guys.
Yeah, that's right. You guys actually reached out via our website.
Yeah.
So how did you find our website? How did you find out about us?
I forget. Oh, Alan Camp went on Palapalooza with you.
Yes.
And then I saw that you had a podcast too, and I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
So then from there.
Well, welcome to the Dusty Futon. I already did that.
Yeah. Remember, you can't spell futon without F-U-N.
I gotta.
Oh, for the record, there is no Dusty Futon in this room, and
No.
I'm kind of upset about it.
Well, the Dusty Futon is more of a concept rather than a reality.
It's the live like events that we do.
Yeah, we actually do have a Dusty Futon. It's got duct tape on it and everything.
Wonderful.
And it actually fell off the roof of my car on the
Oh.
freeway. And the roof rack failed, and it was brand new, and it flew off and took a tumble on the freeway on the 60 in Arizona. And I'm
Oh.
like,
Oh dear.
that's perfect.
Well, back to the artistic narcissism thing. Are you going to put a cover to keep the dust on it, just
No.
to keep it worth something, or
No,
This is the
original.
original Arizona road dust. It is staying on.
That's the travel futon. The original futon is in a garage in Santee.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I just got word that it is now officially mine. So we do have the original futon. We have it back. I just got to
Chicken to the egg.
pick it up. Yeah.
Did it get repoed?
No. It was my roommates at the time, and then I moved out and didn't take it with me, and then he moved out and left it for me. So, okay.
In an empty place?
No, no.
We both moved out, and I left the futon.
The original renter of the place, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a 4-bedroom house.
He was holding it hostage.
Come pick up your damn futon.
Pretty much. That was the Facebook message.
Now it's going to be really dirty.
Yeah.
It's a dusty thing. It's getting dust all through my house. Pick up your dusty futon.
Okay. That's enough bashing my business. All right. So these guys have a brand new EP coming out. Actually, no, it's already out a few months ago, you said, right?
Yes.
It's a self-titled EP, and it's pretty much your first EP, right?
Together, yeah.
Yeah, because you're the new iteration that started last year, and you're really happy with your setup. So you went out and did 5 songs, and this totals 10 minutes.
Right on.
The best 10 minutes of your life.
Yes, and we've already heard almost 2 minutes of that. And I think we're going to have to hear another one.
I'm excited for this.
Any particular reason you guys did short tracks?
That's just how they came out.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't know. I said what I had to say, but honestly, the last 2 songs I wrote are longer, quite a bit longer, about
Yeah.
about
2
twice the
minutes and
length.
30 seconds.
A little more dynamic, a little bit more thoughtful.
And I mean, live, these songs are a bit longer. They're a bit shortened. There's not any soloing, like any normal soloing that Ryan would be doing got cut out pretty much for the recording. Kind of just tried to make it bare bones and do it pretty quick to get something out, since we were gigging and we didn't really have any, material to promote.
Right on.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah. No, there's no rules behind it. I was just wondering for the people out there who
There's no rules.
listen to this show.
Then why am I making money off of that rule book on Amazon?
Because if you can convince people that there are rules.
Or if people actually think they're rules and go type in rules of music writing. Like, there's a songbook.
Yep.
There's a songwriter's book. There's
right.
all these rules out there, but they don't mean shit
That's
when you
right.
finally sit down and get a group of guys who are ready to play. Instead, you come out with shit. I mean, you come out with music. And we're going to listen to Honestly. That's the name of the song. We're going to listen to Honestly by Bitter Kiddos off their self-titled EP. Bitter Kiddos, available on Amazon Music, Spotify probably.
Everything you could think
iTunes.
of. Pretty
All right.
much.
Here we go.
When you pick your poison, but she doesn't pick you back. Well, I guess I'm feeling better, but I guess I'm feeling sad. You're so cute that I think I'm gonna cry. Well, I wish that you were into me. I wish that I would die.
Plainly said, that's for sure.
Fang with marks on your necks is all I see. Just another victim to succumb to your disease. Well, I just wanna let you feast upon my veins. Tears or blood, it doesn't matter all the same.
Yeah, you kind of plainly said how you felt in that song.
Yeah.
Wow. And I guess that's why you call it Honestly.
Yep.
That's spelled wrong, by the way. It's Honsetly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
That too.
That's intentionally that way?
Well, no, not originally. I mean, on everything now it says honestly, but when it originally got exported, there was a typo, and it turned into Honsetly. And then
It's been the ongoing joke.
Nathan was like, when we were going to put it up, he's like, why is it titled Honestly? I'm like, because that's the...
I wanted it to be titled.
He's like, it's supposed to be
Honsetly?
It's funny.
Honsetly.
That's the drummer for you.
Basically, me and Noah had silently come to the conclusion, okay, we're going to change it back to normal when we submit it to DistroKid. That's who we use. Shout out DistroKid.
All right.
They're great. I use them too.
Nice. Glenn Fricker introduced me.
Oh, I love Glenn. Yeah.
Oh, God. We have a whole, gag reel of stuff we recorded from the EP, just us talking and all that. And there's, a whole 5-6 minutes of Ryan impersonating Glenn Fricker. And,
Bass players do it worse.
yeah, it's...
Oh, my God.
pretty good. But I was like, Nathan, we're not famous yet, so if we title it Honsetly, they'll just think it was a typo or that we don't actually know how to spell honestly.
Honestly, they'll think you're stupid. Yeah.
Oh, he went there.
Sorry, did I beat you to that one?
Ouch.
So, Nathan,
Huh.
the drummer boy.
Yeah.
Were you a little drummer boy?
Yeah.
When'd you start?
Like when I was 8, 3rd grade.
Did you start on pots and pans, or did you have a set, or did you go into...
I don't remember when I got my first drum set, but I had taken drum lessons since I was 8.
like snare, stand-up snare?
No, like full drum set. So
nice.
I got lucky. I started on the kit.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get a kit till I was in high school. Parents were like, "No, you got to learn how to play that snare first." And then I fell in love with the timpani.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's my favorite instrument ever. But anyway, so how'd you find these guys?
I knew Noah.
Okay.
I knew Nathan.
Yeah, I knew Noah from high school. We took one half of a semester of a class together, but that was long enough for us to get into a band because I told him one day, hey, I actually know how to play drums. And he's like, okay, we'll send in this audition for this band. And I sent him one in, and he's like, oh, wow, you actually know how to play drums. And so... And so then we played together.
You know, that's a typical thing drummers hear. It's like, oh my God, you actually know how to play drums.
So
yeah, that's
true.
why I told you I'm a fucking drummer, idiot.
Hey, it's hard to find a good drummer.
Nathan
also
can
very
play
true.
to a click track.
that too.
All right.
Already?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I've always been able to.
Most people have to like succumb to that in their own, either at the discretion of the band or
Yeah,
The
we'll see
Beatles
how he
didn't
does with
use a
the-
click.
We'll see how he does with the overdubs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. So, what inspired you to do that song?
Oh man, I wrote that when I came back from the mental hospital for my the first time I ever thought I was gonna take my life, and so basically when I was in there, I was thinking selfishly about the people in my life, like my mom and the girl that the song was about, of course, honestly, and just thinking selfishly and being bitter, and so I just put it all out there. This is how I feel, and it's very dark. I'm a kind of dark guy.
Do you find music is a good release and way to deal with shit in life?
Absolutely.
Do you put a lot of that into your songs?
Yeah, I think that trying to make a song that makes people happy is like too manipulative. So I think that reaching them halfway by saying, "Here I am. Here's a really sad song. You're sad too. Here we go." And so I
Yeah,
think
it's a way for people to relate.
someone will resonate more with a sad song and feel better than a happy song and feel alienated.
Yep, I agree with that. A lot of my stuff is very dirty,
Hence the name Dirty Disciple.
but
Cool name,
people
man.
resonate with it too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot about relationship stuff too. It's for the guys.
Shakespeare was wrong when he said, "What's in a name?" I mean, a rose is still a rose by any other name, but damn it, that rose name resonates with you when you say the word rose, or when you say someone's using rose-colored glasses. That name has now developed into a deeper meaning, and so naming your band something that resonates with who you're writing to, like, you know, your song lyrics, most of them are bitter by nature, and you're just kids, so it's kind of an obvious name, but it still resonates, Bitter Kiddos, with a whole, just an entire group of adolescents.
Yeah, it's important when coming up with branding for yourself like that too, because that reflects who you are, so people can know what to expect out of you. You know, if they think your name is awesome, they're probably a good potential fan.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I've been drawn in by the names for a long time. But honestly, in the local scene, all the names are pretty cool. I haven't heard a lame one other than Bitter Kiddos.
Pretty fucking lame, man. Who the hell would come up with a name like that?
Me.
So you guys say
Jeff.
Me alone, not just me. That one's all me.
Well, it sounds like most of it's you, and these guys just kind of tag along and come up with some badass rhythm section behind you.
They both have a more active role in the things that are to come. I promise.
Nice. So there's a plan for a album or another EP soon?
Of course.
So how many songs do you have written and ready to roll?
2.
Is it a 2-song EP? That's called a single.
Yeah.
There's 2 new ones that we've kind of pieced together as one unit. I mean, still a lot of it is Ryan, but it's something that we've all contributed to versus stuff that Ryan wrote before we even existed, pretty much. There's also a couple of old songs that might come in that were never formally recorded or put up. So,
Yeah, sometimes it can be really refreshing to revisit some of the old catalog and kind of put a new spin on it. That can be a lot of fun, and you might get back to some of the songs about Jeff's daughter.
She only got one, and she's not getting another.
You got your priorities set. That's good.
yeah.
Do you see any type of evolution of sound here, or are you going to kind of stick with?
Yeah, I have. The earliest EP, Undead Redheads, was...
Yeah, that was your project before you formed up with these guys.
Oh, no, that was the name of the EP, under Bitter Kiddos still.
Oh, okay. So it's been Bitter Kiddos since 2015.
Right.
Okay.
And, yeah, so that was a lot more surfy, like too much reverb, blah, blah, blah. We've already really gone more into the lo-fi kind of punk thing from that. So
are you going to grab onto a little bit of alternative here soon?
We are grabbing onto some Midwest, stuff like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's a good transition. I think that's a good progression for you guys.
It's what's gonna communicate with people.
Yeah.
They're not gonna listen to this song, and if it sounds offensive or whatever. And so I don't want to write punk songs per se. You know.
Well, you can be punk without having to be political.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's a whole level you can transition. Like, I love bringing this up, but Dave Grohl said it best about his music. You know, he doesn't care what side of the fence you're on. When you come to a show, you're there to listen to his music. You can interpret it however you want.
Right.
The person next to you can interpret it differently, but you're both still singing along to the same words, same song. So the more ambiguous you can make your songs without blatantly saying what you're trying to say, the broader of a fan base you can collect.
Yeah, definitely. Recently, my writing has looked outward. It's always been super inward, super personal. And, who's going to relate to some kid talking about killing himself over a girl? Like, literally no. Like,
about every 17, 16-year-old boy.
Right, but I don't want to.
God.
I don't want 17-year-old boys.
I'm gonna keep that in there. That was awesome.
I want 18-year-old females, and 18-year-old females like more thoughtful music. So
yeah.
there's still emo girls out there that would listen to it.
That would fawn over
somewhere there's a goth girl for me. Come on.
Yeah.
There has to be.
No, man.
No, the last 3 were, but a new one, please.
Send in your applications.
There you go.
Is it
Looking now.
It's bitterkiddos@gmail.com, right?
Yes.
And you have a website as well?
Nope.
No. Are you working on that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Social media really.
Yeah, but
I mean,
okay, you got to have a landing page for people to collect. It's almost like having. Has anybody told you? Do you need to have a press kit or an EPK?
I've heard of that.
Okay, a website is basically an EPK to a point, but you can also host your EPK on there and all sorts of other stuff. But a website is like a landing page where you can have videos and audio linked right there on spot for people to listen to, and you can host a blog on there and everything.
And also get email addresses of your fans and start communicating with your fans that way. Like, the thing about social media is, like, 12, 13 years ago, how many bands out there invested all of their time and efforts and energy into building a huge MySpace following?
a lot.
What?
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
And they're gone because they didn't.
Jeffree Star's still here.
They didn't own. They didn't own their access to their fan base. They delegated that ownership to MySpace, and Facebook or Twitter or whatever could go away just as easily and be replaced by something else. And then it's like starting all over again. Whereas if you have the framework on your own platform, you can just send everybody out an email that says, "Hey, we're on the newest, latest, greatest social media platform now. Come follow us there and hang out."
So the real estate kind of outlasts the volatility. I guess.
Yeah. You're better off like hosting, because there's sites out there like MailChimp, completely free. You can you can actually post, like, an embed a subscription button or pop up that tells people to subscribe, and they maintain your list for you, so you don't have to worry about any copyright issues or any legalities. They manage all of that for you, and you just go onto the website MailChimp.com, log in, and then you can write emails to all those people. And
another cool thing is you can actually set up like automations. So when somebody first joins your email list, you can have it automatically send them out a number of emails all in a certain order, so everybody gets that first initial welcome experience.
MailChimp did not advertise on this. This is not a paid endorsement.
No. But I mean, you can do it with all of them.
Open to it if you're welcome to throw me a couple bucks.
You can do it with MailChimp or Aweber or any of those will have a way for you to set up an automation.
Like a mail bot.
You can do it with Messenger now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's through Facebook's platform.
Yep. But it still collects the database for
Facebook's broken, spooky platform.
It's scary.
Reptilian platform.
Oh, God.
Hey, they still own Instagram, too, so.
Yep.
That's true.
And Google and them work hand in hand to control the world.
They do.
Yep.
But how many fans do you have in your database?
We don't have a database per se.
How many likes on your Facebook page?
Yeah, that's part of your data.
Not enough.
So this is the
Facebook we haven't actually been too active on. I'd say the most active is
they're
Instagram.
too young for Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram
and Snapchat.
Instagram, I'd say, is like 125. Not that many, but we've been trying to get follows without just following everybody. Because I know too many band pages where they have like 5,000 followers, but they're following like 7,000 people.
But you know what's great about that? Once you hit that one mark where you don't have to be friends with so many people, and all of a sudden that 5,000 starts turning to 25,000, and you stop friending of bands and you unfriend a bunch of them, and the next thing you know, you're that other band that has 25.6 thousand likes or followers, and you only have 1,000 people that you're following, and then you're prestigious.
When you guys release a track, do you know how many of those people buy it?
Not yet.
This is the importance of having a database.
This is Dirty Disciple, the owner of Noise Cartel Records. He's a record label owner.
Right.
So if you have a database like through MailChimp or your own database, what you do is you use your social media, which is the exposure all over the world, to find people who are your target fans and sign them up. And then that way you can market to them, which is all tracked, and you know who's buying your stuff. And I can tell you it only takes about 1,000 hardcore fans to make a living in the industry with your music.
And the other thing that's really cool is there are so many more rewarding things, even in like making money from your fans. You develop friendships with them and then you watch them develop friendships with each other when the only thing that they have in common initially is they like your music. Like, one of the coolest things, probably the biggest legacy that I ever left when I was a very active artist is one example, and this has happened to me a number of times. So one example is I had a fan in North Carolina, and I had another fan in Ohio, and they would have never spoken to each other, would have never talked to each other. And just through the way I sort of built a community around my band and whatever, they became like good friends with each other, and they fly out to see each other and visit with each other and hang out and stuff like that. And it's just the coolest thing ever, knowing that just because they both happen to like a song that I happen to write, they have, this lifelong, really cool friendship, which is honestly,
that's cool, but 18-year-olds are hot.
That's true. But like, to me, that's just as good as making 99 cents or I guess 70 cents when they sell it on iTunes,
Yeah, it's not just that. I mean, people like that become brand advocates for you too.
Oh, absolutely.
They tell everybody about you because you did something good for them.
And they wear your merchandise.
No merchandise, but the girl I wrote the last song about, I made her a patch with Sharpie and sewed it on her jacket, and she wore that. I think she still wears it.
That's awesome.
There you go.
She's like the cover for whatever. I don't know. We used her in art or whatever.
You used her in art.
We're putting her on a shirt.
There you go.
Did you get a release?
No.
Copyright concerns.
Yeah, just maybe.
Parental consent?
Yeah.
Parental consent.
You can't tell who it is.
Or if you can't tell who it is, it doesn't matter.
You can't at all. It's like, yeah.
And you're
good. You're good.
As long as you took the picture and you didn't take the picture from somebody else.
She sent it to me.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
You're good. You're
Clear.
good to go.
Yep.
Yeah, got to watch that copyright infringement.
Yep. That's a concern. You're getting some valid, authentic advice from.
This is so many tools.
Yes.
And just remember
not the people, the information.
Yeah.
And just remember, every picture that you snap on your smartphone, you own the copyright to that photo.
Yes, you do.
I thought it was like the physical license. Doesn't like Google own like the mechanical license or something?
Google doesn't own shit unless you give them permission.
They own me.
If you open
That is so true. They own all of us.
If you upload it to their space, then they pretty much have right to use it, but you still own rights. You have all the rights. You're just giving them what is that? A license?
Yeah, it's like
basically.
a usage license.
Yeah, it's just a usage license. But enough dispensing of advice.
Whew.
Let's play one more song. And
I really like the first two. I can't wait to hear the next one.
Yeah, no, those were good songs. Now this is a middle range song. This is 2 minutes and 1 second long.
Ooh.
So it's not their shortest, and it's definitely not their longest. But this one's called Mine by Bitter Kiddos off the self-titled EP. There's that surf sound.
What's the point of a freak if it cannot change? There's a chance of victory playing your game. You got too many boys, you got too many girls. There's a light in the sky, but I'm stuck in the world. We will never see eye to eye because our lips kiss others and we try to hide. The sky is falling.
love how you guys leave like the tails on there at the end of the songs, you know, like a little bit of talking and stuff. It's so it makes it so real. I love it.
Those are so important.
Yeah, I don't know if you can catch it at the end of Honestly, but it's a clip of Ryan making like this dinosaur noise. I think some of it got cut off.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, in the original, you'll hear it right at the end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we caught some of that. We caught just a little bit of that. That was
that's excellent. Who was doing the harmonies on that last song?
Me and me.
That was
Yeah, funny story. It was 2 takes that I sang differently. And
Yeah,
they harmonized
okay.
with each other, and so we cut out everything except for
Those couple of lines.
yeah.
I thought it sounded like you, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
So, that's great.
cool.
You guys have a good sound.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How'd you come up with the surf rock thing?
Should have been here earlier, Dirty.
The texture. I like using the texture for sure. I appreciate surf rock more than a lot of other stuff because of the way it encapsulates a sport in its sound and its texture and its feeling and things like that. And you know, skate punk maybe makes you feel like you're skating, and surf rock makes you feel like you're surfing, stuff like that.
Huh.
And so
It's a pretty good observation.
the texture and the emptiness and the sonic space is like really intriguing to me, using reverb and making it sound all low fidelity. I like it.
Yeah. There's an art to that. There's an art to making that sound without over producing it and still making it sound that way, and having it like we said, it's kind of dirty, but it's still well produced and it's clear, and we can actually understand what you have to say. So you guys got a great start, and it was really nice to meet you guys.
You as well.
Where can we find you on? You said you're on Instagram. What's your handle up there?
Just Bitter Kiddos.
At Bitter Kiddos?
Yep.
And where else can people find you?
Facebook and SoundCloud. I think that's...
You might want to look into like Reverb Nation or some type of band support site.
Yeah,
Paying a little bit per month for it. It helps.
I just started, what was it, like Reverb Nation. I just started an account, but it's not set up yet. I just kind of made it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
that, and then probably a Bandcamp.
Yeah.
So.
Bandcamp's a good one too.
I have a
especially for
Bandcamp.
the-
We already, actually,
Yeah,
there's
well,
already a Bandcamp, but it needs to be updated. It's really
Nice.
old.
I don't even have a PayPal on it or anything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
There's tracks on there. You can stream them. You can't buy them.
There you go. Well, thank you guys again for coming out and taking a seat on the futon with us here. It was absolutely a blast.
Thanks so much. You're welcome.
Big thank you to the 3 guys of Bitter Kiddos for cruising out to Lakeside to chat with us. Thank you to Dirty Disciple of Noise Cartel Records for hosting this episode. Major thank you to Corey Wilkins of Ears Only Audio in Lakeside, California for co-hosting and for letting us use his recording studio. I'm Big John, your engineer, editor, and producer of this production of the Dusty Futon LLC. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to get all the newest episodes, and please share it with your friends so they learn all about the Dusty Futon. You can find out more at dustyfuton.com. If you love what we are doing and want to support our cause like Rick and our other supporters, please consider going to patreon.com/thedustyfuton and pledging to support for as little as $1 a month. Thank you again for listening to this episode of The Dusty Futon.